touch the heart of criminals that you intentionally give power to or support. God to touch their hearts so that they can pay your salaries. They can pay your pensions. They can stop stealing. Say God na magician. Can't you see the manipulation? Because that is the issue. These criminals have no real solution to the problems they intentionally created. Can't you see it? The system that continues to produce these rogues will make you faithless, godless. You will blaspheme against your God. It will be like say your God won't hear you. It's because you are too dumb to see how you are enabling bad behavior and then expecting it to turn to something good in your favor. This government will favor me and my family. All of you who are praying that Tinubu should fail, don't you know that if Tinubu fail, all of us go suffer? Instead of you to be praying for him. Is that how dumb you are? You still are? What happened to your prayers? Have you ever have you ever seen somewhere and say, Omo, even people don't like Tinubu, but me, they pray. How come my own prayer no work? Because you are a deluded moron. We can't all be the deluded. The APC, Egbekegbe, want the deluded morons to continue to shout that the reason why Nigeria economy is collapsing is because some people want the economy to collapse. And Tinubu don't want the economy to collapse. Tinubu don't want your electricity grid to collapse. Tinubu don't want you to be jobless and hungry. What do you think he should be doing? Did they say they build, what do you call it? Tinubu's policy call has improved production in Nigeria, improved electricity, and now a lot of you are now getting jobs. When was the last time you heard about employment online? Are you not even asking yourselves if you are living in Nigeria, watching me right now? Their decisions are the things that are affecting your lives. It is not what people feel towards them. Number one, right? It is like picking up ant-infested firewood. Igelera. Ugbegelera wale. You carry ant-infested firewood inside your house. Now you can't sleep inside the house. Now, where they pray, say, Kolu is coming to come and what? Because I have no idea, by the way. Kolu, the ex or maybe retired drug dealer, heroin trafficker. You don't call yours, stop calling your president drug dealer. Am I lying? You have a drug dealer. You have different money launderers, ex-convicts. You even have the one that ran down 2 banks. Kadobi as your central bank governor, making monetary policy for you. And you are saying that it is people who don't like Nigeria that want Nigeria to fail. Stop calling him drug dealer. Can you bring evidence coming from a voluntary slave? Bring evidence. If they say they want to arrest you now, they will begin to beg. Coming from an humbled slave. Tinubu can actually shame all of us. By genuinely investing in your power generation and distribution. When was the last time you heard employment, disemployment, that's even online? I mean, that used to be a thing. But now under APC, they pick up on their children, their grandchildren. They give them all the job slots. Their party member, they put them in there. And the rest of you are just sellers on social media, hoping and praying that Tinubu will succeed. Succeed in what? In what? Tifnumbu came and said, I don't know what they even did. They said they were floating the naira like a mefiole. You floated your currency. Water can't carry the naira, can't carry and go. Then you turned around and you started defending it again. Voodoo economy. And you said you took the advice of Obi and Atifku. And that is why the Forex failed. Are you kidding me? Are you serious? Well, they say all these things because they strongly believe that they are speaking to the largest concentration of morons on earth. Imagine having the biggest concentration of morons. And the politicians believe they do. They are speaking to the... And that's why, according to them, don't listen to anybody. Don't listen to anybody what they are saying. They are the people who don't wish Tifnumbu well. Shebi, you wish him well. See how much you have turned to prayer warrior. You have turned to Digbulugi on social media. You have turned to a rabid dog on social media, abusing people's papa. What about your father? What has your father done? You're asking stupid questions on social media. And your life is a total waste for these guys. So this afternoon, Akuri Nigalailai came out and said, Nigerians' purchasing power has increased substantially. That a lot of you are now, you now have a lot of money. Baba, you are in the middle of fuel scarcity. Nobody is even talking to you. Where is Tifnumbu? Do you know that people are asking now that where is Tifnumbu? The last time Tifnumbu left Netherlands, and he traveled to Saudi Arabia, but something happened that didn't really gain much traction, and that was that the Nigeria private jet, this presidential jet, because when they went to, you know, the way Tifnumbu travels, right? Nigeria has 11 presidential aircrafts. 5 or 6 of them, they're like a proper bombardier, like private jets, presidential jets, plane. Then about 4 of them are like choppers, you know, police helicopters and presidential helicopters. So whenever Tifnumbu is going anywhere, they send the people they call the advanced team. So the advanced team comprises of those who are going to be clapping for Tifnumbu in those videos you see abroad. So they will go first. So usually they go in 2 aircraft, 2 presidential jets. One is reserved for the vice president. One is reserved for the Senate president. And between Senate president and the speaker, when the president is not abroad, when the Tifnumbu is not abroad, they make one available for the speaker. They fly private presidential jet, all of them. So Tifnumbu travels with at least 3 private jets, 3 presidential jets, 2 advanced team, and then the one that he is going to fly in. So, and that's how they have always been going everywhere. That is why they spent over $450,000 in one night. New York club, strip club, on drug, booze, and women. No joke. That happened last year during the United Nations General Assembly. What have you? Give me a circle. So when they went to Netherlands, for some reason, they said the aircraft developed faults. So Tifnumbu was built to travel and fly again to Saudi Arabia. So they had to charter, I don't know how many aircraft, they shall manage to charter some commercial private jets, you know, like And that's what took him and his guys. Others just returned to Nigeria since there is no extra plane to take them. They took commercial flights to Nigeria. And others who went with Tifnumbu, they went straight to Saudi Arabia. So the news then was they want to repair the presidential jet, all of them, including the one that Shitty Man is flying in. But since the end of the World Economic Forum, people have now been asking, where is Tifnumbu? Where is Kolu? And I'm also asking, where is Kolu? Is he still in Saudi Arabia or is back to France? You'll find out in 24 hours. Or in case if you don't see Kolu, there is a part where, I don't know if you have seen this. It is Asari. I saw a clip of Asari returning from a trip. And I don't know. I don't think, do I still have that here? Okay, I'll go get that and get that back up, okay? But while we do that, let me use this as a short break. It's the story of a retired, Anambra retired commissioner of police, who is a billionaire. And in a sort of a scandal as well, concerning, bullying, forceful takeover of people's properties and all of that. Well, all of that are probably not interesting as much as the face-off between himself and Abati. Please watch. I'll be back.
So we are following the due process because they became unruly, uncouth, disrupting the peaceful working of our environment and impairing our profit-making processes. The joint panel, comprising the Board of Trustees and the Executive Management Team, took a decision to expel them. Expulsion does not mean they forfeited their investment. They were advised to liaise with management in an exit lounge we created for them to collect their investment. Majority of them are there. And I speak to you, majority of the members have already raised a princely sum of 150 million naira to buy off those shares.
Mr. Doye.
And to raise capital for our venture into business.
Mr. Doye.
So that is the story about the audit.
Please,
we have
can you
nothing to
listen?
hide, and from this year, all our accounts will be
audited.
Can you
listen? Don't take over this program. What is that? Look, when I asked you...
Please don't shout at me.
Yeah, no, please, listen. This is a program. It's not for you to take over the program, and we are saying we want to intervene, and you keep talking.
You ask questions, I'm providing answers.
Yes, I've heard you. We have heard you. Now, here we go. When you said right of reply, I was wondering where that was coming from. But you've made it clear subsequently that you are responding to Olusegun Adeniyi's article in This Day, yesterday. Now, I don't think you fully responded to the issues that Olusegun Adeniyi raised. I will advise you, recommend to you, to go back to that article and read it. One of the things that Olusegun Adeniyi raised in that piece was that, look, people even protested and said you were running a Ponzi scheme. I would like you to address the question about how a cooperative, you yourself used the word, became a limited liability company. And secondly, you said the Alpha Trust, I think that's the name of the company, and the company became big and all of that. How much attention were you paying to your job as a policeman while running the business on the side? And then that company, has it been paying tax? And you talk about right of reply. There are persons who may also come tomorrow. Maybe they will not come to Arise News. Maybe they will go to another station. And they will say they want to respond to you. Because there are persons, you use the word, I'm quoting you, renegade persons, that whatever you call them, but you use the word renegade. They also have a right of reply. So when you use the word right of reply, I was a bit uncomfortable with what you were saying about Olusegun Adeniyi. I don't know how old you are, but maybe Olusegun Adeniyi and myself, we probably have seen more seasons than you. whether you are a retired CP or not, is immaterial. We are generals also in the media. So please, just respond to the questions specifically and don't say, Olusegun Adeniyi said this, Olusegun Adeniyi said that. He's probably older than you. Please, respond. You have the floor.
I understand your need to protect Olusegun Adeniyi, the chairman of the editorial board of this day newspaper, whose owner also owns Arise Television. But please, when you want to ask questions, be specific. Because the questions
I've asked you very specific questions.
In the long essay, you say.
It's not long essay.
I ask you, let me respond.
Is Alpha Trust paying tax? How did the cooperative become your company?
Let me respond.
And how much attention are you paying to your job as a policeman?
First and foremost, I have already addressed the issue of attention to my job. There's no need going over that again. The testimony is out there and it is eloquent. I pay total commitment to my job, day and night, because running the club does not require me to be physically anywhere else. My job never suffered any lack of attention. I keep awake at night, keeping vigil, to ensure if there's any attack anywhere, I can get information promptly and respond accordingly. And the evidence are also there. On the allegation of running a Ponzi scheme.
It was like a big fight. I think somehow, I don't know, that's kind of unprofessional. Some people believe it's unprofessional of Abati. So, because that could be a bit of, tech delay. I suffered that on this platform as well, where people that calls in sometimes, right? My response is delayed. Their response is delayed. And by the time the two of our responses or what we are saying are released to you, viewers, it's going to sound like I am speaking or talking over them. I've had people send me or commented on this and said, let your callers talk. As much as I always want to have it and make it conversational, because that's what this is all about. I'm not just going to sit down in front of you here when somebody is calling and I will just be blinking like a doll. I want it to be conversational. I want it to be like, when you are saying something, I want it to sort of help in a way that for the sake of my viewers, right, help you expatiate, sort of, to make it look like it's scripted. And I will sit down there and be blinking. And then there will be awkward silence. And I'll be like, hello? Oh, are you done? They say, yeah, I am done. I have finished talking now. That's going to be so awkward, but that's so different. So it could be, Abati should know, that it could be the fact that when he's talking, the whole, connection and all that is delayed. But it seems that they both have something against each other, to the point that you could feel the tension if they were supposed to be in the same room. Well, something about the police officer, right? He's a billionaire and he recently retired. And according to him, he's been investing money, he's been making this or that. He was going to have a refinery, I think. It was quoted to have said that by the time, in another 5 years, now that he's retired and he can face all his business, right? They said he personally said he's worth 25 billion naira. That's what that man is worth. And a lot of people have been asking, how could a police officer worth 25 billion? How much is your salary? I said, no, he's a businessman that will give a Dangote a run for his money. But others were like, no, he made his money from a Ponzi scheme where the people were asked to come and, other one where you say, maybe you can't pay 1 million and you will collect 10 million after 2 weeks, kind of. So that's Ponzi scheme that, as a police officer, most of the people they've scammed. These are people saying that with no evidence. So, but according to him, there is no evidence that he's done anything wrong. He's just, he's a former police officer now. And he made over 25 billion while he was a police officer in business. And there is no law that says he can't do business. That's what he said. So somebody wrote something about him that, is such a fraud. that should be investigated, tried, and possibly jailed. Segun Adeniyi, former Obasanjo's media aide. You know him? He works for the This Day newspaper. They are also the owner of Arise TV. For some reason, they have something against themselves. Because the person that was sort of, the person that wrote the article for This Day, senior colleague there, Segun Adeniyi, right, is believed to also have a stake in this man's business, that he got kicked out and all of that story, sha. I know saying that 25 billion go remain in your memory for the rest of this evening. A police officer, former commissioner of police, has 25 billion. That corruption, nothing where anybody go tell me. But don't be like that. All right? Don't be. Let's go a little bit forward. And listen, I don't know if this video is recent or if it is old. But what I can guarantee you is that the person in the video is Alhaji Asari Dokubo. Alhaji Asari was spotted alighting from an aircraft and then straight onto a wheelchair. Asari is just a little bit over 50. He's not an old man, okay? But people believe that, the obesity, so to say, could have become something more serious for him, that he's seeking medical care abroad. Now, we don't know if he's returning from such or if was arriving at the place, but this video made it to the internet this morning. I don't know if you have seen it. And I can tell you it's Asari. Watch. So again, like that's Alhaji Asari. So like I said as well, I do not know if this video is a recent video or old video. But whatever it is, we wish Alhaji Asari a better health and quick recovery as well. Okay? Because not because none of this is in our control. So we can only wish. And from me, I'm going to say I wish him well. Alhaji Asari, may I hear his voice? Say something.
This is not the Ahmed Bola Tinubu I know. Since 1992, when I encountered you, I don't think this is the Ahmed Bola Tinubu I know. That calls me his friend, and I call him my friend, and calls me my son, and I call him my father. This is not the Ahmed Bola Tinubu I know. This is not the Ahmed Bola Tinubu I know. Since 1992, when I encountered you, I don't think this is the Ahmed Bola Tinubu I know. That calls me his friend, and I call him my friend, and calls me my son, and I call him my father. This is not the Ahmed Bola Tinubu I know. How many times would they tell you before you know that Nigeria is not for you? Now they never leave you. They have left you behind. Photo, not be juju be that. Sorry, oh. May God not allow them, make them kill.
Not to get problem. Somebody said that Mayegun, let me read the comment again. Mayegun, your sorry is not genuine. Shemoshe sorry ni. I'm only wishing him well. Come on. Not to get trouble. I'm not trouble too much. Something where I just did just a few minutes ago. Or did I say sorry? Eh? No, I just felt like we should wish him well because it is not in our control. What is going to happen to me? I have little control over it. And if I'm going to die or have a serious health challenge, you know, something about health, which I always, or should I say, something about engaging with people or disagreeing with people. It's not too deep, but it can be very deep for some. Like, you know, for somebody like me, right? I do not wish anybody any bad thing. Because number one, I mean, I don't have any control over what will happen to you. You don't have control over what will happen to me. Except if I physically attack you. That one is guaranteed that, okay, I can say, okay, I'm going to attack you physically. Do you understand? And whatever I do then can be said, oh, yeah, I have control over what happens. Do you get that? But apart from that, nobody has any control over what happened to anybody. Because if to say, oh, now have control, some of these your criminal leaders for don't die. You know what I mean now? Tell me anytime that you wish your criminal politician well. Take a listen. See, if we say Nigerians love their oppressors differently,